You know this feeling. The body is awake, but something inside you is still offline. Your eyes are open, your hands are moving, your mouth is answering messages. But behind the skull, the system is begging to shut down. And every morning, billions of humans reach for the same chemical key: coffee. Not because it gives you energy, but because it lies to your brain. Fatigue feels simple, like weakness, like laziness, like your body running out of battery. But biologically, fatigue is not just a low-power warning. It is a message, a chemical signal, a countdown written inside your brain. And one of the most important messengers behind that signal is called adenosine. Every second you are awake, your brain burns energy. Neurons fire, signals travel, memories form, decisions are made. Inside your cells, energy is spent through a molecule called ATP. Think of ATP like a charged battery pack. When that battery is used, one of the breakdown products is adenosine. And as the day goes on, adenosine begins to build, slowly, quietly, relentlessly. It drifts through the brain, searching for receptors on the surface of neurons, tiny biological docking stations, waiting in the dark. And when adenosine locks in, the signal changes. The neuron slows down. The lights dim. The brain receives one command: rest. This is sleep pressure, not emotion, not motivation, not discipline. Chemistry. Your brain is not asking if you want to rest. It is reporting that the system has been running too long. And then, caffeine enters the story. A small molecule, bitter, fast, legal, everywhere. And structurally, caffeine carries a dangerous talent. It can imitate adenosine. Not perfectly, but close enough to fool the machine. After you drink coffee, caffeine is absorbed into the bloodstream. It moves through the body like a tiny chemical infiltrator, through the stomach, through the blood, toward the brain. And then it crosses the blood-brain barrier, one of the most protected borders in biology. Once inside, it starts searching for the same doors adenosine uses, the same receptors, the same locks. But caffeine does not open the sleep signal. It blocks it. Adenosine arrives, but the seat is already taken. This is why coffee feels like energy, but it is not energy. Caffeine does not refill the battery. It does not erase fatigue. It does not remove adenosine. It only mutes the alarm. The fire is still burning. You just stopped hearing the siren. And for a while, it feels like a miracle. Focus sharpens. Reaction time improves. The fog pulls back. The world gets brighter. But the hidden mechanism has not disappeared. It is waiting. And while it waits, caffeine is still blocking those receptors. But your brain keeps working. ATP keeps breaking down. Adenosine keeps rising. But now, the brain cannot read the full signal, so the pressure builds behind the gate. Hour after hour, cup after cup. You feel awake, but chemically, your sleep debt is still growing. This is the bargain. Caffeine buys time, but it does not cancel the cost. It only delays collection. And eventually, the collector arrives. As your liver breaks down caffeine, the blockade begins to weaken. One receptor opens, then another, and all the adenosine that has been waiting in the dark finally gets its chance. It floods in, not gently, all at once. This is the crash, the sudden drop, the heavy eyes, the strange sadness, the feeling that someone pulled the power cable from your brain. But caffeine did not betray you. It did exactly what it promised. It hid the fatigue for a few hours. And when the mask fell off, the fatigue was still there, larger than before. So you reach for another cup, and the loop begins again. Block the signal, borrow the alertness, delay the debt, crash, repeat. Caffeine is not evil. It is one of the most useful molecules humans have ever adopted. It helps us work, study, drive, create, survive long days in a world that rarely respects biology. But the hidden mechanism remains unchanged. Your body still keeps score. Your brain still measures the hours. And fatigue is not an enemy to destroy. Sometimes, it is the last honest signal in a system full of artificial light. So the real question is not, why do we need caffeine? The real question is, what kind of world did we build that made exhaustion feel normal?